Okay, well, episode 7.
Episode 7. In the studio with our friend Shane Wahlstrom.
Shane Wahlstrom.
Head coach of the Williston High School cross-country team and track.
Well, he's not the head coach.
Yeah, whatever.
Distance.
He's the head coach in my eyes.
Well,
he is head
he's not
coach.
the head coach in track.
Not
And he
even
doesn't
close.
want to be.
He doesn't want to be.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, life is passing you by, by. Your whole reality is nothing but a lie. Please stop taking, please stop taking, please stop taking up my time.
We're going to get deep into Shane's history and into his philosophy. But first, let's talk about the week in running.
The week.
The week running.
The week.
Am I supposed to be ready for this too?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Do you know how to record on your phone? Screen record?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. One of the
know how
guys
you
taught
swipe
me. Yeah,
down
it's
from the
this
top?
button here, right? And
Huh?
I don't know, guys. I might just.
Ooh. Swipe down
Hit
from
me.
the top
Yep.
and then hit that button
Okay.
like that.
Yep.
And then 3, 2, 1, it'll start recording.
Okay.
And then all you got to do is it's recording whatever I'm doing now. So if you're like talking about your week,
Yep.
it'll just kind of follow.
I like how we're troubleshooting
With what you're-
Deal. While we're.
while we're on the podcast.
Yeah, I like it. 2, 1. Ooh. Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
But you don't have to record the entire time, only when you're talking about it.
Deal.
So Ryan's going to talk first. So he
Love it.
records first.
I'm running with it.
Okay, go.
Well, my week was garbage.
Okay.
Let's see. I did
Make sure you're talking into that new mic.
yeah, I'm talking into it. I can hear it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yep. So I had about 47 miles for the week. I ran 10 miles on Monday. And then I didn't run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because I felt like garbage. And then I ran 6 harder on yesterday. And then we did the long run today, which was 20 miles. So that's my week. It was not ideal, but I don't know. I don't know that it's not a make or break, so I'm not too concerned.
You seem like you had a good day today when we.
Yeah, felt good
when
today.
we
so,
when we linked up with you, you guys were running pretty fast.
yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't ran.
We were
That's how it
rested.
works kind of sometimes.
That's okay.
So me, I also had a real low week of running. I did what was the third? Would that have been
That was Monday.
Monday?
Monday or Sunday.
Thursday was Sunday.
Sunday.
The third was Sunday.
Yeah.
I ran 4 miles on Sunday. And then I ran 7 miles. That ain't right. I don't know. I ran a few times this week. Nothing over 7 miles. And then I did the 20 miler. I'm only at 38 miles for the week so far. I might run tomorrow. We ran the 20 miler today, and then you forgot to mention that we ran the band day mile
Oh yeah. Yep. With our kids.
with our kids.
Fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Blast.
Yep. Good
But
times.
it felt good today though. The 20 miler, I felt pretty
Yeah.
good.
And you did kind of like more of a marathon style, at
Pick
least
up
on
at
the
the
back
end.
end of your
Yeah,
long run.
the
so.
last 6 were pretty. I guess probably my dream pace of what I would dream I could run the marathon at, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Dude, I don't know what this course is gonna look. I'm kind of preparing myself for anything.
Yeah, you guys are running in San Diego at the Rock and Roll Marathon.
Yeah,
Correct.
and I ran about the last. Let's see, I'll bring it up. The last 6 miles the 14th, I guess the 15th mile was 7:37, 16th was 7:17, 17th 7:17, 18th 7:05, 19th 7:09, and then 27:11. I couldn't even
solid.
get under 7 minutes.
That's good. Well, that's because getting under 7 is tough,
Well,
no matter what.
I could have, I think, on that last mile, but then I ran into the hill.
I was just gonna say you got to run up
Stinking
you got to
hill.
run up scenic hill. So
But
yeah,
I was there. It felt pretty good, though. Actually, I was feeling pretty good. So,
good.
What about you, Shane? How was your week? Did you?
I had a pretty standard week from what I've been running for the last forever. Since probably December, but Monday I ran 9.2 miles. It looked like it was in the morning. I don't even remember. Nope, lunchtime. Classic lunch run. Then on Tuesday, I did the same thing, I think. I ran 8.2 at lunch. And then on Wednesday, I did a 60-minute progression run with a 2-mile warm up and a 1-mile warm down with it. So it ended up being like 11.85 miles. And I did okay, I guess. I averaged with the warm down in it, and the warm down was pretty slow. My warm down was, I guess 8:20 pace. I thought it was about 8:20 pace for the warm down, but I warm up averaged 7:29, and then I was, for the first 30 minutes of the actual progression run, it was 7 flat, then 15 minutes at 6:40, then 10 minutes at 6:34, and then the last 5 minutes was at like 6:23. So the whole thing was average like 7:02 with the warm down, with an 8:20 warm down. And I was pretty happy with it, I guess. I haven't done much for workouts. I've only done that's probably my second one.
Yeah.
Of the entire block, and we have a marathon in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but
I've been dealing with a little soleus Achilles problem, and I'm been scared to even run strides because I'm like, I've put in all this time running, and I'm not gonna mess it up. I gotta get to the start line. So
it's the ultimate fear is that you're going to spend all this time training, and then you're going to do something stupid, and then you won't even be able to run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm like actually worried about. So I haven't really done much. I've just been trying to hit like the 60 to 70 miles a week or whatever. That was my ultimate goal, right? I wasn't worried about workout. I was just trying to like raise my mileage, and that's like the farthest this is the farthest kind of I've ever run. So I'm just trying to do that first before I do anything crazy. Thursday, I ran at lunch again. Or nope, I ran in the morning because we had meets. I had 2 meets on Thursday, middle school meet all day, and then we had a night distance meet that we threw together. So I met Noah Cowley out in the high school parking lot, and we ran 8 miles on Roland G route, kind of behind the high school. So we did that together. I felt pretty good day after the workout. I felt pretty good. Then Friday, I ran with the high school guys, I ran with the guys at practice. We ran 8 miles. That's kind of their long run for right now. And then today I ran 20 miles, started with Tyler Quilling, backtracked your guys' route, found you, ran with you guys for 10 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles. And then we kind of went our separate ways. So tomorrow, in order to get 60, I just need about 4 miles tomorrow, or 4.5, or 70. In order to get 70, I need like 4.5 miles.
Nice.
So I'm going to try for 70 one more time, and then try to do like a 3-week taper or something.
Yeah. And just so everybody listening knows, that screaming in the background, nobody's being murdered. It's just our kids.
It's just our kids.
Video games.
They must be playing video games.
Yes, have to be.
Minecraft.
Yes.
Yep, Minecraft.
So,
it seems intense for Minecraft, but
I guess. I don't know.
Remember when we used to play Doom?
Yeah.
On Dad's computer?
Yeah, I do. And Wolfenstein
3D.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
But
we never got that mad, though. I don't think we screamed like that.
Yeah, we had loser's rage. It was bad.
True.
So you've been doing 70-mile weeks for a while now, haven't you?
So in December, my goal was like, I'm going to get above 60 because last year, the highest I went was 59 like twice for my peak weeks, right? My 2 peak weeks. So I hit 59. I'm like, okay, that wasn't enough for me to like get better. I mean, I still ran a PR, but I bonked hard because I ran it wrong. But I was like, man, everything I read and what can I do different really than last year? I was like, I need to just try to run more. I'm going to try to just run more. And what is actually doable for me is probably like, I can try to run a few weeks of 10 miles more than my peak week last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my goal. I was going to try to, so early on, even in December, I think I got up to 60 and I was like, I'm just going to sit at this for a few weeks until I know that I can handle this and my body can handle it. So I ran at that for a while. I did like 3 weeks up, and then I'd take a down week. So I'd go 3 weeks at 60 and then I'd go down to like 54 or 53. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll try like 63. Right. So I'd go up to 63 and then I'd go back down to 60 and 60 and then go down to 55. So I kind of did that. And then I kind of got a wild heroin week. I was like, I'm going to try to go 70. And then I ended up running a couple double days just because I ran in the morning and then I ran at practice with the guys. And I ended up hitting like 76 for 1 week. And I was like, wow, let's see how this goes. And I ended up feeling fine. Now, I do have this Achilles thing, but it's very runnable.
Right.
It's just my first 100 steps out of bed are like, dude.
Something's not right.
Dude. Yeah. But I've been really doing some calf raisers, like a lot. And I think that's the only reason I'm still able to run. Because I probably, a lot of people that maybe haven't ran since they were 12, they'd probably be like, dude,
done.
I'm not going to mess with this.
Right. Yeah.
But I ran for the legendary Clint Chamberlain.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And you are taught to run no matter what.
Yeah.
You just run. There's no injury. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're literally crippled. Yeah. You're running.
And you were. So let's rewind because the story of Shane Wahlstrom from the beginning is a good one. It's a good story and I've heard it before. We spent a lot of time together running.
Yes.
And I've probably heard from, the beginning of your running career until where you are now. I've heard the story and there's some funny parts to it. And I think if you could summarize, some key parts, and I'll cue you if you miss anything that I think is funny, but,
okay.
But you're a little younger than me. So you started running when you were in
7th grade.
7th grade, and I was, how old was I?
You were a sophomore.
A sophomore. And I didn't run any, I ran a couple years when you were running or just 1 year?
So that was my first year and you were on the state team. I got invited by Coach Chamberlain at the end of WDA was over and I came to practice because you were just supposed to do that, turn in your gear or whatever.
Yeah.
And Jory Zunick, shout out Jory, legend, Kyle legend. He comes over to me. He was an 8th grader at the time and he goes, Shane, Coach Chamberlain says you're coming to state. So come on, you're coming to practice. Yeah. And I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
And everyone was terrified of Chamby. Nobody wanted to run for that guy. Everyone's like, you go from Jerry Jasmine, the coolest guy in the world. Best
easy to talk to. Yeah.
Just a stud. And then you're like, he's just a happy-go-lucky, funny guy, just wants to have fun. We're there to have fun. And everyone knew the Marine Corps Coach Chamberlain, like, you better be ready after middle school. You're going to go through the grinder with Coach Chamberlain. And all my teammates in middle school were like, no, we're not running. We're not. They stopped after 8th grade. So I was like, Jory's like, you're coming to state. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just like, all right, cool. I was kind of pumped. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
I jump in there and I look around and we were separate, completely separate, our teams, middle school and high school. Yeah. So I look around the room and I'm like, I don't know one person in here. I saw you guys racing. We go to the same meets.
Right.
So I was like, dude, I want to be a varsity guy someday. I want to run on this high school team. But the only guy I knew, shout out Robert Keck. He's the only dude I knew because he went to my church.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I knew Robert. And did Sam run?
Yeah, they both ran.
Yeah, so Robert and Sam Keck.
Couple of Kecks out there.
Yeah, those guys ran. So I knew them just from church. And I mean, I don't blame them. They didn't want to have anything to do with me either. So I was like, that's cool. I just hung out with Jory and Chamby put me in your guys' group. You and Hank Kemp.
Yeah.
And Cody Satterley, maybe.
Yep.
Is the name?
Those names are.
He was kind of in that group.
Yep.
So I just kind of jumped in with you guys, and I just ran behind you. Just hope for the best. So
yeah. So you ran high school. You were on a championship team.
Yeah, in 2004 we were. That would have been my junior year. I talked about Jory. That was his senior year. We were lucky enough or fortunate enough to have a championship team. The years before that, I mean, man, Coyote cross country we weren't that good, dude. Like my freshman year and my sophomore. I think my sophomore year we got third, I guess, but my freshman year
Yeah.
I mean, we were supposed to be pretty good. We had a couple guys that were all staters, like Jory. He won. He got second his sophomore year. That would have been my freshman year, and I blew my hamstring completely up.
Right.
But I was like trending towards being an all-stater. I don't know if that would have happened. I don't know. I was kind of running. I was running over my head. I was reaching.
That was like your big injury.
Yeah. The first meet of my freshman year was in Williston at the Muni, at the golf course. And I was running and I was racing with Adam Urbach because I was like, well, I know him. He's my teammate. I'm going to try to stick with him or whatever. And I ended up beating him in that race. And he was all-stater that year.
Yeah.
But I was out. I was out until WDA, on the elliptical.
Yeah.
The whole year.
That
I
was
wanted to be done.
Hamstring
running.
injury?
Yeah. I ripped it. I was so young, You know when you're young, your bones are spongy. Yeah. You're growing. And my hamstring just ripped from the bone, basically. Oof. And I was just gone. I don't know. It was horrible. And I still have problems with it to this day because of it. So,
yep, you conclude your high school career. You didn't run in college at all?
I did not. I was so sick and tired of bashing my head against the wall running in high school. Yeah. That's basically what I was doing because as you guys know, you guys both ran for him. Coach Chamberlain, if you're voluntary, which I was at the time, he will run you ragged if you're willing. And I wanted to be good because we won my junior year and I was okay. I got eighth or something. I got eighth and I was like, okay, next year, my senior year, dude, I'm going for this. I'm going to try to be a top 3 runner next year. Yeah. So I was willing to do whatever. And boy, did I. And it didn't work. I ran over my head in the summer and I got to the season when it mattered and
cooked.
Yeah. And I still was all state, got 13th or whatever, had a couple things that popped up during the season, just weird stuff, but I was able to still be an all-stater and we got third as a team, which was the only thing we were getting that year because Bismarck High was nuts. Mm-hmm. Insane. So we won 2004, which is great. We had Jory, our seniors move on, Dougie Haugen, these guys move on. And then my senior year, Joe Kemp, shout out Joe, he ended up getting second at the state meet. Yeah. And he ran really well as a sophomore. So
Joe got second in state?
Dude, he's a stud. Yeah. He's a great, he got second his sophomore year. And then all the way through his swimming career, he got runner up like 4 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Because there's a dude from the eastern side of the state, he just couldn't, but he is a champ. He's got championship DNA, dude. Yeah. Joe, he's a stud. And so he ended up having an awesome cross country career and swimming career too. So
you went to college, education, and then you started coaching.
I did. I went to Williston State College because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was done running. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't have.
You went to Bismarck though, right?
So I went to Williston State for 2 years. Graduated. Okay. Graduated with an associate's. And then I moved to Bismarck. My junior year of college, and the current coach there, his name's Brad Lease. He was brand new at the time, and we had a mutual friend because my girlfriend at the time, her sister was married to one of the coaches on the track staff. So we just kind of got to know each other and knew each other a little bit, and he had never had an assistant coach. So he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I heard you ran for Coach Chamberlain." Like the legend, which, man, I'm really shouting him out. I'm really shouting.
We should get him on here.
We got to get him on here.
Oh, that would be wild. That would be awesome. Oh, you don't have enough time. I'm getting long-winded. I'm long-winded. You get that guy on here. It's crazy.
He'd have
and with the technology, he'd be like...
He'd have the sheets out.
Yeah, he'd be like... He'd have his hearing aid on in this thing. He wouldn't know what he's doing. But anyway, what were we talking about?
We're talking
I'm not
about your
sure.
coaching career.
Coaching.
Your coaching.
I'm trying to
So
transition
Bradley-
seamlessly into your coaching
Yes,
career.
Brad. So I'm so sorry. Brad Lease calls me up. He goes, "Hey, you're going to college at Mary, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to go to the University of Mary." He goes, "Well," he's like, "I got a lot of guys on the team, and I need an assistant. I know you ran for Coach Chamberlain." He's like, "That guy's a legend. I need you on my staff." So I got over there, and originally I was in physical therapy for going to school for PT.
okay.
And I knew that was kind of a grind, right? I was like, I'm going to have to really have my stuff together in order to get into the PT school at Mary, like right away. So I got into coaching, and I did not realize how much like I actually was going to have fun with that.
Yeah.
So I coached with them in like 2008, my junior year of college, and I coached with their team, ran with them every day. I was basically a glorified like senior leader, right? You just jump in, didn't run any meets, but I was there like coaching and helping them out and going on runs with them. And it was so fun. I was like, I got to be doing this.
Yeah.
Like I got to do this. This is the most fun thing ever. So then I changed my major to education so I could coach.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now eventually you moved back to Williston, got a job teaching.
it was never an option for me to stay in Bismarck
Yeah.
and be a coach
Yeah.
in Bismarck after I graduated college.
What do you mean?
Too much rivalry, man. There's too much rivalry there.
much.
Now I already had to be in Bismarck. I already had to be in Bismarck for education anyway.
Yeah.
Like for marriage. So I was like, might as well do some coaching and get into the
Yeah.
get into the game and
Yeah.
get the competitive juices going. Because you can't do it anymore. That's the only way I could get my competitive side going. Is coaching with those guys and everything. So I had full intent of moving back to Williston after, because I was like, I knew Chamby was on his way out, right?
Yeah.
I knew Coach was going to retire soon. He was already 70 or whatever.
Right.
And I knew he was waiting. Like it was time. It was
Just
time.
needed somebody.
Well,
Yep,
he was
so I was like,
looking
I'll do
for
it.
new blood. And I think I told you this once before, but I was teaching 8th grade U.S. history, and he came to my door one day and he goes, looking for somebody to assistant coach,
Yep.
and I wanted to, but then I kept
knew.
thinking about how, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to get into that.
Yep, because you know that the means to the end was he was going to like force you into the position as a head. That's what's coming.
Exactly. I mean, and so ultimately I'm glad I didn't, because you took the position and look what you've done with the program. I mean, when you talk about
Unbelievable.
Well,
when you talk about just the numbers of kids that you've gotten interested in cross country, and then the success that you've seen with those kids. I mean, I know you're very humble with it and you're like, oh, it's not me, but it really is. I mean, you've gotten the kids interested, and that's the first step. And then you've got them all bought into it it's pretty amazing to see such a transformation. And it's not that,
I mean, we always had a good, obviously.
we had an amazing coach.
Chamberlain.
the tradition's always been there since the early 70s, right?
Right.
But like even when I was a senior, like there wasn't that many guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went out, when I had mono, when I was a senior,
Yeah.
like the next guy down that was even available was a sophomore
Yep. And
for a state team.
I do think Coach Chamberlain's philosophy, though, back in that time was, I only want the guys.
Yeah, like the
that are
most
gonna
dedicated.
yes. Everyone else, I'm going to run them into the ground, and they can.
If they can hang
walk
on, then they deserve
they can walk
to run.
on. But I want these. So my philosophy, I have, Coach Chamberlain was a teacher too. But my philosophy as an educator is a little more of like, there's strength in numbers, right?
Yeah.
I want to try to recruit as many kids as I can. Good kids. I'm not talking anybody. I wanted kids that were going to gel well with our program and what we were trying to do.
Right.
Like everyone says, 4.0 student. I love a 4.0 student. I love a hard worker. So if they're willing to do that, if they're willing to get a 4.0,
they're willing
to
do the
go.
work.
They're disciplined and they're willing to run. So, I'm lucky, as you guys know, I have a job in the middle school.
Yeah.
And we do a lot to kind of recruit the kids, I guess,
Yeah.
into running, and I try to get them.
Just keep
Yeah, no problem. I try to get them guys excited and into running, and if you can get a few of their friends, then that's if you can get a
It
few
just kind of
buddies in
builds
there,
on itself, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. It is incredible to me, just the numbers that you are able to get out. And as well as I know, there's only a handful of kids that are going to end up being the star. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But-
I mean, it's a sport where only one guy wins.
Yeah.
Only one guy or gal is going to win the race. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of camaraderie.
Yeah.
And a lot of a lot of those guys that I ran with in high school are still like super tight. I'm really still tight with them, and we don't even live in the same town.
Right.
It's like the wars that you go to, into with them is.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is. It sticks.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it was the number one most positive influence, like in my life at that time as a teenager.
There is no doubt. I honestly did not enjoy high school that much. Like I didn't really like just high school. I didn't.
Right.
But man, the enjoyment that I got out of like the cross country program and out of I played basketball too. You got a cord, Rio. I don't know if that matters. It's unplugged there, stud. So
dang it!
and it's gonna get wrapped around here.
I'll tell you what happened, Shane. I'll tell you what happened is card space. I ran out of card space.
Oh,
So we're back on.
It'll be all right.
that's sweet. No, doesn't matter.
We'll be good.
I'm a little too
We got
long-winded
multiple
anyway.
cameras
I'm
going.
talking
It'll
too
be
dang
fine.
much.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
So how many years have you been the head coach now?
I have been so I moved back in 2011 and I got on Coach Chamberlain's staff right away. He was ready to kind of be done, but he still had a couple, he still had some studs on the team that he wanted to see through.
Mm-hmm.
And I was nowhere ready. Every week he would make a comment like, well, it's not going to be my problem anymore. It's for the next guy to figure out.
Yeah.
Every single thing. And I would just be like, dude, coach, I'm not ready for that, dude. I'm not ready for that yet. And he would just be like, too bad, because that's what's happening, which is exactly what you're talking about, which was what had happened to you.
Yeah.
I know you saw that. You saw the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of wanted it, but I also was like, man, that's a lot. Those are big shoes to fill, dude. That guy, I don't know.
Right.
That's a lot. So I don't know if I was ready for it, but I first I talked him into just letting me take over the girls program.
Okay.
So he stayed with the guys. And so I was the head coach of the girls in 2013.
Okay.
I was coaching the girls a couple years before that too. But I was still an assistant. And then coach is like, well, we're going to divide this thing up. Girls need to go practice over here. Guys are over here. We're not going to be combined, meeting together, whatever. We need to be separate. You're now with the girls. You're the girls head coach. And I was like, okay, I was okay with that. That was a good starting point for me. And then it started going really well. And then Coach Chamberlain just got to the end. It really was time. And he was like, I'm done. And I still wasn't quite ready. But with meetings with the AD and some interviews that had happened with other coaches that wanted, I was just like, you know what? Fine, I'll just do it. So I ended up being the overall head coach in 2014.
Okay.
Yep. So
I've actually going on 12, 13 years.
Yeah. So 2013, that'd be 10, and I'm working on 13. Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing is every year I sign up for the coaches convention, I have to say my actual years of coaching, and I coached one season with Chamby my freshman year of college. So I coached there. I only missed my sophomore year, and I've coached every single year after high school.
Wow.
So that's 19 years, 20 years of coaching cross country.
That's crazy.
So I know every time I'm like, that number can't be right. And then I start doing the math. I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot of years.
And you do have some honors. You've gotten coach of the year,
team award. It's a team award, but
you've gotten that a couple times.
You can keep saying that, Shane, but you're the coach of the year.
You've won a couple of championships as a coach.
Can't do it without these kids in the big hearts.
Well, some state championships and some.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah,
we've won 3, 18, 21 and 22. So 2018, we won, which was a blast. And then 2021 and 2022, we went back to back, which you were an assistant coach on that team, which was amazing.
That's the reason why you won. So.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. You're only as good as your assistant coaches. This is the truth. Yeah. So and you know, these kids, they're awesome. They pour their heart into it too. When they start seeing, like, this spring, I'm coaching these guys, and I have some young guys that are freshmen and some sophomores, and they're really like hitting PRs and I can just see them like starting to just, they notice that the work they're putting in is showing. It's like, they're like, man, if I work this hard, I'm just going to get better. Yeah. It's like the clicking. It's like a click. They're understanding. You know, when you're young, you're kind of like, well, I'm just going to go 3 miles a day and I'll feel fine for there. But you get older and you put a little more work in and you just see.
Yeah, they get so much like exponential growth, like in their running at that time.
Because they grow too. They hit, you know, they get taller and stronger. And
do you think there's more kids now on your team that have more potential to be faster now? Because what is that? To me, it feels like, it seems like it. Like when I just look at the young kids now that are running in your program, I'm just like, wow, there's like 4 or 5 kids that are like, all those kids could be really good. Like really, really good.
That is a really good question.
But they're like seventh graders, 8th graders.
Yeah. And they can run like, you know, they're low 5s in the mile.
Yeah.
Like running. Yeah. I mean, the best, I think it goes to the biggest thing, and I know you would agree with this, is that when we practice in cross country, we're all together. Yeah. So these 11-year-olds, when they join the team, or that would be their age, I think, they see these senior guys, and we're all at practice together, and they see, and they're willing to run a little more because right away, you know, when you just have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you know, you're like, they're all just going 3 miles, you know, it's not, but the high school guys, they watch the high school guys and they're done running, they're stretching and they're leaving, and the guys are still running or they're coming in and they've been done for half an hour and they're like, oh, so this is what it takes. And then when they see that happening, we get to long run day and the guys are like, hey, it's long run day. These young guys are like, this is my day. I can run a long ways today if I want. And then they start realizing that they can handle that. And then they get better and better and better. And then, so I think that's what I attribute, I think, most of it to, is that they see these guys that are so good, these high school guys, and put all this work in, and they look up to them. Like, they really look up to them.
Oh, yeah.
And the older guys love them. When those young guys come in and they run well, those older guys, they're their biggest cheerleader. They're like, are you serious? Look how fast you ran. They go nuts. Like they freak out about it. And they want them. It's a team. They want those guys to beat their times when they were that age. They're like, dude, you beat my time in 6th grade. And then these kids just get pumped. And I think that's kind of what it is. I think just like you guys were talking about the marathon too, these guys break in 2 hours you know, in the marathon, it's like in Roger Bannister breaks 4 minutes, right? Takes one guy to do it. Then everyone believes like it's possible. So I think it's like, kind of on the same process.
Well, like look at like this weekend or last week, the Cocodona 250.
Yes.
You know, you've got a woman, which by all rights shouldn't be the record, or, you know, just physiologically over time, you know, men have always been faster. But you got this woman out there, Rachel Entrican, and she blows everybody away. And finishes a 250-mile race in 56 hours.
Just blows everybody
on
away.
Basically no sleep.
It's insane.
That's the thing we were talking about today on the run that I don't understand.
I don't know how she did it.
The sleep thing is beyond I can't comprehend.
I think she said she had 2 7-minute dirt naps on the trail and 1 9-minute nap in a chair at an aid station.
So when I have paced for you guys, you know, we run about 7 to 10 miles, right? And then the next guy goes, or we take a break or whatever. it's not too bad the first couple goes. And then you get to like the last few, you know, when we've been there for 24 hours, you know, or whatever, when you get, and we start going, how do people, like the blood and the stiffness in my feet? I feel like my feet are 3 times bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's like the biggest.
Swollen.
It's like you're almost better off to just keep running.
Keep running.
Yeah.
It was so hard. So like when someone does that and they're going for 250 and they take a 7-minute nap and they get up, I couldn't imagine how they're feeling.
She took off running most of the time, which is
it must insane. It has to be years and years and years of consistency of building up all those miles.
Yeah.
And like obviously training that way. Like you go for a run in the morning, you take maybe 30 minutes and then you go for another, you know, you try to simulate it like the best you can in training.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what her training structure is, but I mean it's high mileage.
It has to
I mean
be
if you're
250.
if you're running 250 miles, you've got to have a fair amount of, especially if you're going to be at that competitive of a level.
And like her average moving time was like 5.5 miles per hour. So what is that? I mean,
it's be like 11 something.
Jeez.
11
for
minutes a mile.
250 miles?
Yeah. That was her average. You know, all stops included everything.
Well, that was her average total.
Yes.
Even with the naps and everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Wow. How many hours?
But it's like we were talking, it's like, what's the ceiling? Or where is the ceiling? Is there a ceiling on how fast you can run that far? I mean,
there must be at some point, like with the marathon. Like I was telling Ryan, so they were doing the calculations with that, what's his name? The guy that just ran the
Sawi or whatever it was.
Sawa. 17 seconds per 100.
I can't even run a 17-second 100.
Dude, when we run strides after practice, I'm dead sprinting to hit 16 to get to break 17. I'm like,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, when we do strides, do I even hit 17 typically?
It's tough.
Not usually.
It's a dead sprint. That's a sprint.
And that was his average per 100.
Yeah. For the entire 26 miles.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Beyond. I
don't know how you go any faster than that. How you just keep going. But then I think like body type, like what if there was a guy that was like 6'7" and
so he could cover the ground. Because you run your fastest with a longer stride. You're strong enough in the legs.
Right. Yeah.
How fast can you go?
Could probably go a lot faster, I bet.
If you can cover the ground.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It is. It's impressive stuff.
But yeah, the funny thing I thought in whenever you tell your running story or you went to college and you didn't do a whole lot of running. I mean, you ran with the guys, but then you took some time off. And
I did.
I always love the story of, you talk about how I gained all this weight and then all of a sudden I thought I'm going to start running again. And tell us about taking time off and then coming back to running and trying to run, because that's really what this is about. Is
absolutely.
Like you're a real person,
yes,
and you've gained weight, you're out of shape, and then all of a sudden you're trying to run with these young guys, and it's embarrassing.
Yes. So I got done at Century. I coached in Williston. I did some running when I came back here and there. It wasn't then. It was like, I was a single guy. And then I started dating my now wife,
I like that
dating,
pause.
You know
there.
what I mean? Yeah. Then I was hanging out with my buddies a lot.
Yeah.
We were going to restaurants. We were eating a lot of food, having a lot of pops.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I was still coaching, loving the coaching.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was just like, I don't want to run right now. I don't feel like doing that,
Right.
So then I started dating my wife and things got comfy. We got comfy. She was great. She's amazing. Shout out Aubriana. She's amazing. So we just spent a lot of time together. I didn't have time to run.
Yeah.
I was coaching. I was teaching. Then I would be coaching. And then I wanted to spend all my time with my now wife. So running wasn't a priority for me.
Right.
So then we're dating for a year and a half, and we get engaged and whatever. And by the time we're getting married, I broke the 200 barrier.
Oh,
and
you
I'm
were a
about
200?
I
Me
got
too.
about 208 pounds, 209 on my
haven't-
wedding day.
When you tell me that, I can't imagine, because I didn't meet you when you were at that weight.
Yeah.
I just wish I would
I
have.
was a big dude.
Wish I would have known.
I
you
look
were
at pictures on our honeymoon, dude.
208.
I had to wear these life vests, and my freaking muffin top was just popping out. The love handles had a lot of love. The love handles were lovely, and I just look at those and I'm like, whoa! I should have been a
happened
whale
there?
in the water with the whale. I should have been a seal that day with the seals. It was so bad. So then I get back and these guys, I start running with guys like Leif Everson and Keaton Mack, right? You know, they start running and I start getting really encouraged and I start getting inspired.
Yeah.
I started to get really, really inspired by them, and I'm like, man, I really want to get back into running. So I start running with them, and oh my gosh, I couldn't even run 2 miles. I would run 2 miles, and I would be
In
my
shambles.
lower legs. Holy cow! I was running. I'd look down. I'd be running. I had a nice GPS watch then too because I was committed. So I look down and I'm going 9:55 pace. My heart rate's at 190.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at.
That's tough.
And I was like, wow, I'm really starting over. Like I backpedaled past my first day with Jerry Jasmine in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I am worse off now than I was then.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to...
Yeah. But you dug out of it, and now
injuries.
How old are you?
37.
37 years old, and you're probably, you're in great shape. You really are.
This is probably the best shape I've been in, obviously, since... I've never
probably
been...
not as fast as
Right.
you've ever been, but you're probably in the best,
Yeah,
some of the best shape.
I find
Overall
myself-
fitness, I bet.
Yeah, overall
Mm-hmm.
aerobic capacity, probably. Like when you're training for the marathon, you get to a PR in distance and you know how far your body knows how far you've ever gone before.
Yeah.
Right.
So like when you get to that point for the first time, you're like,
Oof.
this is bad, this hurts. I've never been here before. So you don't hit that when you're in high school. When
Right,
you're in high
right.
school, you're running 12 milers, maybe 13 for a long run.
Yeah.
So then you get into marathon training, you hit the 13 mark and you're like, okay, I'm still fine. And you start going, you get to 14 and you're like, oh, this is getting kind of hard. So that's the hard buildup and now I think I could run quite a few miles, I think, without being too beat up,
Yeah,
I can
we're
handle
gonna
that a
announce
little
it
bit more.
live right now that, well, this isn't live, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That you're gonna attempt that 50-mile Made this year.
But this is live.
So it does.
Made Shane.
50.
Here's what I'll say. This marathon goes okay at the end of May.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, that goes
Yeah.
well, which
Yeah.
I'm assuming
It will.
It can't be that
It will.
bad.
No, it'll be fine.
Achilles pending. I'm going to take the whole bottle of ibuprofen to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure that happens. And then I'm pacing you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to come pace you guys in the Black Hills, right?
Yep.
I'm going to feel that out. I'm sure it's going to
and
go
you
fine.
can do, so I found out 50. Okay. So you can start pacing us at Silver City, which is the turnaround.
Sweet.
So, and we'll probably have you start closer to like sunrise just so you can get stew through the night.
Sweet.
And then,
No, that works.
But we'll probably still have plenty of miles left.
Sure. Yeah. No,
You
I'll
could
do-
probably still get 30 to 40 miles.
Great. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do whatever, I'm there to just support and do whatever I can to help you guys out. So, and I was just going to kind of see how my body handles that when we get to the end and when you guys, we finish together and see how that goes. But I do thinking about running the 50 on the Made because I've had some experience out there now. It's not blind. It won't be blind for me.
Right.
Yep.
I have a decent idea of what that entails, I guess. Not just by watching and running on the trail a little bit, but I am a little bit excited about trying it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to go, but I think I'm not running like 12-minute miles. That'll be on the trail and stuff will be a little bit of an adjustment. I think I'm going to mess up. It's going to be hard for me in that way. I'm going to just get out like I'm running on pavement.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, oh, I need to run 8:30.
That'll get you
8-minute
humbled
pace
real quick.
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying. I need to like really have.
I remember the first time I took you out and we went and ran, and
that was hard.
you just go, "Holy dude, this is really
That was
hard."
really hard.
And I could tell you were kind of frustrated. Like,
Yep. I was like,
we're
why
not
can't
even
I do
running
this?
that fast. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's effort though. It's effort out
those
there.
ups and downs.
Yeah.
they're tough. So
Yeah.
I think I was carrying some fatigue into that, but still, dude,
Yeah,
it was hard.
It
Like the
is
first 5 was fine, and then we started heading back, and I'm like, this is tough, man. So, but yeah, anyway, I'd like to try a different challenge like that. I mean, I've ran enough marathons now that I think I can switch it up a little bit and try something new, a new challenge, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess live right now, I'm down. I'm down to give it a shot.
All right.
I'm excited.
Plug that app real quick.
Sure.
Just to
You want like
'cause,
screen record? Or like what? How do I do?
you don't maybe screen record. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
So
I
I'll
don't
do it.
really
I'll do
know.
it right now.
You could screen record it. I don't know if we'll use it, but
That's okay.
you can talk about it, and then
Yeah.
if you get an invite from you,
100%.
then
Okay.
they know what you're talking about.
So there's an app. I was listening to the Marathon podcast a couple months ago, and there was a young a lady that was pretty new to marathoning, and they got to the end. I was interested by it because she had been an athlete, and then she started doing some distance running, and this, she ran, had like incredible improvement over her first marathon to her second. So I was like, oh, maybe I kind of want to do that. I want to see what she did or what happened. And she did great. But the thing that really caught me about it, and I wish I remembered her name, but what really caught me was that she said, there's an app out there. It's called Rally, Rally. And it's an app that you find your marathon on it. And if they don't have your marathon, you type in a message to them, like to the people that run the app, and you say, hey, I'm running this marathon, please add this. And and it was not on there originally. So I found I found how to contact them, and I sent it in there, and I said Rock and Roll San Diego Marathon, and I added it. I checked like 2 weeks later, wasn't on there still. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it again. So I typed it in again, like, hey, get this one added. And then I thought about it, like, this was weeks ago. I thought about it again, and I was like, I'm going to check it out. And maybe it worked. Maybe it worked. And I clicked, and sure enough, there it was on there.
Yeah.
So I clicked it, and then there's a little button that says share link. So you can text this link to your friends and family and people that you love and people that care about your marathon, and you can send that link to their text message, and they can pick a mile of the 26. Any of the 26, they pick 1 mile that they want their voice to be on, and they can record a message to you. And then all you do is hit the start button when you start the race on your phone. So I'm probably going to have to carry my phone, which I probably would anyway, so my wife can find me when everything's done, when I probably don't finish and pass out, so she can find me.
Yeah.
But it'll play. I'll wear my headphones too, which are outside. We have those Shocks headphones that are really nice. So they'll just sit outside. I'll turn my headphones on, and everyone, once I hit a mile, the person that picked that mile, say mile 1, that person's voice message will pop in, and obviously I'll recognize their voice, and they'll say whatever they want to me, and kind of gets you rallied and gets you excited. Yeah, some inspirational.
It's a cool idea.
It's fun. Yeah. So,
I've got some good ideas, so
yeah.
be prepared.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait. So I've sent it. I think I have 12 of the miles are spoken for right now and recorded. So, and I've sent it to about 20 people.
Yeah.
So if I'll see with like a week to go, and then maybe I'll send it out to some more family members that I didn't send it to yet.
Right.
I'll send it maybe out to them, and they can, because I know if I would have sent it to my family right away, they would have flooded the whole thing.
Yeah.
They would have.
Just used up all of them.
They would have used them all up, So I wanted to give it to like my running, like kind of my running friends first, and people like that, and then I'll open it up to them later.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool. Well, any final words, Ryan? You got anything you want to add? You've been pretty quiet on this one.
well, I haven't let him get a word in,
Well,
dude.
We've just been listening.
Shane's a bit of a talker over here.
He
He should probably just take my seat.
Nope,
Say
not a
otherwise.
chance. This is over 40, undertrained. I'm not there
That's
yet.
And I'm well over 40.
We did make an exception for you since you're not over 40
That's
and you're
really
not
nice, you guys.
undertrained 70 miles
I tell you
a
what,
week.
it's
That's not
it's an
quite
honor
right.
to be the first guest.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really
first
cool.
guest,
Thank you, guys.
inaugural.
I just, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
I haven't known you that long,
Yeah.
per se, but you're a great friend,
Absolutely.
an awesome coach.
Thanks,
and
man.
I hope that when my kids are of age, if they're interested,
I would love it.
I wouldn't want anybody else to coach my kids.
Oh, that's really nice. That's
so-
really nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's episode
That's
7.
it, man.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks,
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah.
Blast.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, life is passing you by, by. Your whole reality is nothing but a lie. Please stop taking up my time.